Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present on that side. So again welcome on the Live Physics VK channel. So here we all are again going to start our class 12 physics lecture that we were dealing in the previous lecture was the electric flux and the Gauss's law. And in the previous lecture, we have done something related to the Gauss's law, and that was the applications of the Gauss's law. So in this lecture, we are going to continue with the application, or you can say the third and the last application of the Gauss's law that we are going to do now. So we have the third application, you can say, and what we are going to study? We are going to study electric field at a point due to spherical charged sphere. So, what we have done up to here? So, up to here means in the application of Gauss's law, we have done the two applications in the previous lecture, means lecture number 8. And these two applications were, first was the electric field at any P point which was at a distance of small r from the rod. Means a such type of a body, when the charge is given to that body, the charge is distributed across the length. So you can say along the linear charge distribution. In second application, we talk about, means we find out the electric field again at a point P which was at a distance of small r but from a thin plate sheet. Means thin sheet se kitna dur tha. And what was the conclusion we have done? So here we are again present, or here we are again going to find out the electric field. But we are again going to find out the electric field at the same point at a distance of, let's suppose, small r. But in this case, the body is going to be spherical charge sphere. So we are going to study that. So we are going to study a spherical charge hai, and you can see that spherical charge sphere, and along with that I want to add one word. That word is shell. Shell word means presently that body is going to be hollow from the inside. So in the third and the last application, we are going to work on that. So everyone please look on that. So since we have to study the spherical charge shell, so let's suppose we have a spherical shell. First of all, work on that. So let us consider a spherical shell of radius capital R and plus Q amount of charge is given to that spherical shell. And we all know that whenever the charge is given to any body, that charge is always distributed uniformly all over its surface. So we have given the Q amount of charge to that spherical shell, and that Q amount of charge is distributed all over the surface. So charge is distributed over the surface. So definitely there is going to be what? Surface charge density. So there is going to be surface charge density. And what is the surface charge density? If you help me to recall, that means amount of charge stored per unit area. So charge stored. So what is the amount of charge that we have given? Q. And that Q amount of charge is stored all over the surface area of the sphere. And what is the surface area of the sphere? The area is 4 pi r square. So this is the important thing जो मैंने already या हम लोगों ने already पहले से बना के रख लिया है. So we have made this already because this ingredient is going to be used at the last, and I will tell you how it is going to be used and when you are going to be used this. So let's suppose we have a spherical shell of radius capital R and the plus Q amount of charge is given to that, and which has been distributed uniformly all over the surface. So now we want to find out the electric field at a P point which is at a distance of small r from the center of the spherical shell. So here is the P point where we want to find out the electric field which is at a distance of small r from the center of the shell. So we are going to find out that P points at P point we are going to find out that electric field. So since we are inside the application of the Gauss's law, and if I give you the recall और अब तक आप लोगों को idea भी हो गया होगा, so you have a basic idea that how the Gauss's law is being used or what is the importance of the Gauss's law. And the importance of the Gauss's law that Gauss's law can help us to find the electric field under the different difficult situations. So we have find out, I am again recalling, we have find out the electric field at the what? We have find out the electric field at a point charge. वो हम लोग already study कर चुके हैं. We have find out the electric field due to the circular ring, so that we have studied. We have find out the electric field along the axial line of the electric dipole. We have find out the electric field along the equatorial line of the electric dipole. So we have studied the four electric field before the Gauss's law. But after that, the Gauss's law that helped us to study the electric field in the different situations. And the first situation was that rod. Due to that rod, we have to find out the electric field. Second situation was that spherical, that plane thin sheet. And the third situation that we are going to work on this. So since we have to find out the electric field at P point, which is outside of the spherical shell, जो कि spherical shell के बाहर है. So if we want to apply the Gauss law, so you know that Gauss's law states that the net electric flux through any closed surface is always equal to 1 by efficient naught times of the total charge enclosed. So the point is that we require the closed surface. And if we require the closed surface at a P point, so we have to imagine that imaginary surface, the surface at which the electric field is same at all points. And what we call that surface? We call that surface as a Gaussian surface. And if we try to imagine that surface, if we try, means if you help me out, if the P point is at a distance of small r, can you help me to locate all such points which will cause the same electric field jitna P point pe hoga? And that would be, sir, all around that the spherical body. Means you can say it would be a spherical Gaussian surface. So in this case, the Gaussian surface is spherical. So let us try to find out the electric field, and we are going to divide into the various cases. So we are going to study the various cases. So I am mentioning here case number 1, when small r is greater than capital R. So please try to focus on that case when small r is greater than capital R. Small r, the distance of the P point from the center, and what is capital R? Capital R means the radius of the spherical body. So when your small r is greater than capital R, it means P point is outside the spherical body. So we are going to study the P point outside the spherical body. But before going to that, as usual, let us consider or let us write down all the considerations that we have taken. And the consideration are, so let us consider a spherical shell of radius capital R having charge small q and surface charge density sigma. So we have a spherical shell having charge small q that we have given and having surface charge density sigma, which is equal to charge per unit area. So that formula that we have already made. So since we want to study at a P point, so at this case, so for Gaussian surface. So for Gaussian surface, we all know that the net electric flux is always equal to E vector dot area vector, and which is equal to 1 by efficient naught times of net charge enclosed. So this is according to which law? Gauss's law. So according to Gauss's law, we have a statement that the net flux is equal to E vector dot A vector 1 by efficient naught times of the net charge enclosed. So since we are going to study this Gaussian surface, since the P point is outside of the spherical body. So the net flux is E vector dot area vector. Area means area of the body that we are going to study into cos of angle between electric field vector and area. Now, first of all, the thing that you have to clear that what is this capital A stands for. So definitely you can easily define me, sir, A stands for area, and in a vector form, so it is an area vector. But now my question is, since it is area, but it is area of what? Here we have two surfaces. Try to look at the diagram. Here we have two surfaces. Surface number 1, that spherical surface, or you can say the actual spherical body. Surface number 2, that Gaussian surface that we have considered. And both the surfaces have a different radius, definitely. And since both have a different radius, so that's why both areas should be different. So now my question is again, whose area that I am talking about here? So since if you want to understand that whose area that I am talking about, so try to look at that what we are going to do. We are going to find out the net flux. And since we are going to find out the net flux for what? For Gaussian surface, because we have to study the Gaussian surface. Why we have to study the Gaussian surface? Because we have to calculate the electric field at P point. And where is the P point located? At the Gaussian surface. So since we have to find out the electric field at P point, so we have to deal with the Gaussian surface. So that E stands for electric field through the Gaussian surface. And the Gaussian surface is that surface at which the electric field is same at all points. So that's why this A should be the area of Gaussian surface. So let me mention here GS, Gaussian surface, and since the charge is being positive given to that, so the direction of electric field for the positive charge is outward. And so Gaussian surface is the spherical surface. So imagine that it is a spherical surface. So it is a spherical surface. So where is the direction of area vector? Outward. So for a sphere, the area vector is outward. And electric field is also outward because of the positive charge. So what is the angle here? So the angle is 0 degree, which is equal to 1 by efficient naught times of total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So what is the total charge that has been enclosed by the Gaussian surface? Plus Q means इस Gaussian surface ने कितना charge को समेटा हुआ है, and that one is your plus Q. So now we are going to study E, electric field into area of what? Gaussian surface. And Gaussian surface is geometrically sphere, but a sphere of radius small r. So it would be 4 pi small r square is equal to Q by efficient naught. And electric field, where we are going to find out the electric field? Outside, is equal to, if you divide at the bottom, it would become 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q by r square. And that is the electric field at a P point. But what is the location of the P point? So the P point is outside of the spherical body. And the formula for the electric field outside of the outside of the spherical shell, which is at a distance of small r from the center, that electric field is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r. Now, so this is, you can say, the case number 1, means the third application has the first individual case when we have to find out the electric field outside of it. Now, I am going to, or we are going to jump onto the second case and the third case. So there are 3 cases that we are going to study for the spherical body. But before that, I want to clear one more thing. Since this is the third and the last application of the Gauss's, or you can say at the starting, or you can say at the first lecture, I have clearly mentioned that we are going to divide the electrostats into 4 sections: electric force, electric field, electric potential, and electric capacitance. Electric force, that has been done by us. We have done the numerical related to that. Electric field, this was a pretty much lengthier. ये थोड़ा सा lengthy था, तो we have studied various things regarding the electric field. We have calculated the electric field under the various situations. So we have done. So you can say that this is the last lecture on the electric field. And in this lecture, the second point of the electrostats, which is the electric field, is going to be finished. So now we have just only 2 things left: electric potential and capacitance. We will start them, but before dealing that, we want to clear both of them. So just after this, of this derivation, we are going to do the numerical just related to that, but you will get some hot numerical in this lecture. We are going to deal those high order thinking numericals here itself. And as I told you in the class itself, the high order thinking skill numericals, the hot numerical, are just only the simple thinking based numerical. If you understand the concept, that numerical is going to be the easiest one. अगर आपने उनका concept समझा, so वो आपका सबसे आसान numerical होगा as comparison to your regular numerical. So there are such type of numerical that are going to become in this lecture. For that type of numerical, this method of calculating the electric field is going to be very much helpful. आपको ऐसा ही numerical मिलेगा, and you are going to find out the electric field under the various conditions. And to calculate the electric field, you have to obey this procedure. You have to draw a Gaussian surface, then you have to apply the Gauss's law, and by this manner you can calculate the electric field. So remember my point. If you understand this derivation, definitely आप derivation तो करेंगे, but those high order thinkings, numericals, definitely आपकी pocket में होने वाले हैं. So please remember for that. But let us forward to the further. Okay, so this is the electric field at the P point when the P point was outside. But here we have what? Q. And Q stands for the charge over the surface. But in the equation 1, we have already made what is surface charge density? Q into 4 pi capital R square. Here the area was of the spherical body. Why? Because the charge is distributed over the spherical body. Here the area was of Gaussian surface, because here we have to apply the Gauss's law for the Gaussian surface. So that's why that difference is that where the radius has been used. So if we use the Q from here, what we have the another formula, you can help me out in this numerical also. This would be your 1 by 4 pi efficient naught. What would be Q from here? It would be sigma into 4 pi capital R square divided by small r square. And 4 pi cancel with the 4 pi. And what is the electric field outside? The another formula that we got, sigma by efficient naught capital R by small r. So we have another formula for electric field outside the spherical shell, but in terms of surface charge density. So you should have both the formulas. आपके पास दोनों formulas होने चाहिए electric field के, in terms of charge as well as in terms of surface charge density. Because in the board examination, it has seen that most of the time they just only write in the numerical a spherical shell of a radius capital R and the charge Q. Find the electric field outside. So he has given only the charge Q. So you have to do only that. But if I give you the language in this manner, a spherical shell of radius capital R and surface charge density sigma. So I am defining the radius and I am defining the surface charge density. Now I am asking you calculate the electric field outside. In that case, you can't leave up to here because I haven't defined Q type of thing. मैंने कोई mention ही नहीं किया. What I think I'm mentioning, I'm just only mentioning the sigma. So that's why it becomes very much important that you have to give your answer in the same manner in which the question is going to be asked in CBSE. So that's why I'm focusing on that. And here we have done our case number 1. So similarly, case number 2. If small r is equal to capital R. So check this out, case number 2. When small r is equal to capital R, it means when the P point becomes on the surface. So the second case is at surface. And when the P point is at the surface means small r equal to capital R. So you can do that. So E surface, what would be the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by capital R square. Or if you want to find out the formula in terms of the sigma, so it becomes sigma by epsilon naught capital R by capital R, because both the r's are equal. So if there would be cancelled, or 1 square would be 1, and that would be your formula for the electric field when you are at the surface. So this electric field outside of the surface, and these are the formula when the electric field is when the P point is on the surface. Case number 3, and I think वो आपको अभी idea हो ही गया होगा that which further case हम लोग जा सकते हैं. So we have done outside, we have done on the surface, and case number 3, if small r is less than capital. So when small r is less than capital R means when the distance of the P point is less than the radius of the spherical body. So definitely where should be the P point? It should be inside the spherical body. Now, inside the spherical body, E would be 0. So the electric field inside the spherical body is 0, and let me give you the answer for that. So when the P point is inside the spherical body, so let's suppose this is the P point when the small r is less than capital R. So what is the procedure and how we can calculate the electric field at any point? So if we want to calculate the electric field at any point by using the Gauss law, what we have to do? First of all, we have to consider a Gaussian surface. So what I am doing? I am considering a Gaussian surface. I am talking about the third case when the small r is less than capital. So if this is the Gaussian surface when the small r is less than capital R, so according to Gauss law, net flux is equal to E vector dot A vector should be equal to 1 by epsilon naught times of net charge enclosed. That's great thing, and that would be correct. So what you will do, sir, E into area of Gaussian surface cos 0 degree 1 by epsilon naught times of net charge enclosed. You all just help me out for this Gaussian surface. For this Gaussian surface, what is the net charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface? इस Gaussian surface में कितना चार्ज अपने अंदर समेटा हुआ है? 0. Why? Where is that P point? Inside. And we all know that this was a spherical shell. It was spherical shell. Shell means hollow from the inside. And hollow from the inside word means चार्ज हमेशा कहां पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुए? ओवर द सरफेस. तो अंदर चार्ज कितना है? 0. And if the charge is 0, so everything would be 0. If Q is 0, so your electric field would be 0. So what would be the reason that you will go? because charge enclosed is 0. That for third case means when you are inside the spherical shell, in that case the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is 0. And if the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is 0, so it implies that the electric field inside the spherical shell is 0. And this point gives us the very important thing that we will note it down just after this derivation. So here we have the final derivation for the, you can say the electric field, or you can say the 1.2, and that derivation is electric field due to the spherical charge shell. But we have done all the three possible case जो बोर्ड में पूछे जा सकते हैं. He might ask outside the electric field, he might ask on the surface, or he might ask inside that. So first of all, please note it down. After this, we will write, or we will do some conclusions that we got from this derivation, and then we will do just after it the numericals related to the third application, and then as I discussed, we are going to jump on some Hertz numerical. So first of all, note it down please. Okay everyone, we have done the third application of the Gauss's law, and which was the electric field due to the spherical shell. But after doing, we have just only done the derivation. So what are the conclusions that we got from that derivation? So we are going to note it down everything. So first of all, the thing that you are going to be note down, or you can say your notes, important note from here. So the first important thing that we got, that electric field inside the spherical shell or solid is always 0. Please, the most important thing. So the electric field inside the spherical shell is 0. So when we have a spherical shell, means it is being hollow from the inside, and if it has been hollow, so there would be no charge enclosed inside that spherical body, and that's why the electric field is 0. So that is the appropriate, we have done the reason. But here I have mentioned also one more thing, and that thing is solid. So the electric field due to the solid. So what would be happening if that spherical body that we have considered, in spite of having the shell or in spite of having the hollow, if that spherical body becomes a solid? So if the body is solid, in that case also my statement or our statement would holds true, and that statement is, whenever the charge is given to any body, the charge is being always acquired over the surface of the body, not over inside the body. यानी जब भी आप किसी भी बॉडी को चार्ज देते हैं तो चार्ज हमेशा सरफेस पे एक्वायर होने का कोशिश करता है. It always try to, and we always assume that charge always acquire over the surface. Why? Let me explain that. Imagine that we have a solid body. This is the solid body. If we give charge to this body, अगर हम लोग इस बॉडी को चार्ज देते हैं, and if that charge is acquired here, तो वो चार्ज कहां पे एक्वायर हुआ? इनसाइड द बॉडी, नॉट ओवर द सरफेस. इफ अगर ऐसा होता है तो, so if this body has a charge, definitely, so this body has either positive charge or this body have either negative charge. It depends upon the body. तो बॉडी के पास चार्ज है, तो चार्ज है, इसका मतलब बॉडी के पास पोटेंशियल है. I know I haven't used the word potential till now, बट इतना तो आप जानते हैं कि अगर किसी भी बॉडी के पास चार्ज है तो इट शुड हैव अ पोटेंशियल फ्रॉम द क्लास 10, एंड इफ यू हैव अ डाउट दिस वुड बी क्लियर इन द नेक्स्ट 2 लेक्चर्स में, वो हो जाएगा वंस वी कवर द पोटेंशियल. सो इट वुड हैव अ चार्ज, तो इसका मतलब इसके पास पोटेंशियल है. सो when this body is came in contact with some another body, let's suppose ये किसी दूसरी बॉडी के कांटेक्ट में आया which is of neutral nature, और वो इससे थोड़ा सा कम पोटेंशियल, so it is at higher potential and this would be at lower potential. Imagine that. And we always know that whenever the two bodies are connected, the charge always flow from higher potential to lower. अगर ऐसा होता है तो जब भी आप दो बॉडीज को कनेक्ट करते हैं तो दोनों में चार्जेस का शेयरिंग होता है. We have done the numericals based on or related to that. You can check out the lecture number 2, type number 1 numerical, the sharing of the charges numerical. So now, if this charge is going to share from body 1 to body 2, अगर body 1 से body 2 में चार्ज को अगर शेयर करना है और शेयर होना है, so this charge has to first of all move over the surface. So first of all, this charge has to move over the surface. Then this charge has to do the work to transfer to the other body. So it means is that in Hindi, if I say in a simple language, कि अगर इस बॉडी को चार्ज शेयर करना है तो पहले इस बॉडी को वर्क डन करना पड़ेगा. From here to here means from inside to the surface. तो एक वर्क डन करना पड़ेगा आपको अंदर से सरफेस पे चार्ज को लाने के लिए. The second work that you have to do कि उसे सरफेस से लूज करवाना पड़ेगा so that it can be transferred to another body, जिसे हम वर्क फंक्शन बुलाते हैं. So if you want to donate or if you want to share this charge to the second body, you have to do the two works. आपको दो वर्क करने पड़ेंगे, एक अंदर से सरफेस तक जाने का और एक सरफेस से दूसरी बॉडी तक जाने का. That thing is totally clear to you. The more amount of work done on the body or by the body, more amount of energy stored in the body. यानी बॉडी जितना ज्यादा वर्क करेगा, यानी किसी भी चीज पे जितना ज्यादा वर्क डन होगा उतना ही उसके अंदर एनर्जी स्टोर होगा. I think that is the clear. And the third point, more be the energy that the body has, more be the instability that would have. यानी बॉडी के पास जितना ज्यादा एनर्जी होगा बॉडी उतना ही अनस्टेबल होगा. और अगर बॉडी ज्यादा अनस्टेबल है, the body is more unstable, it means is that body is not in electrostatics, body is not in electrical equilibrium. Electrostatic charge should be in the state of rest. What is the meaning of that? Charge is in the state of rest. Rest word means equilibrium. Equilibrium word means stable. Stable means low energy. So if we want any charge or if we want any charge body to be in very stable, अगर हम चाहते हैं कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा स्टेबल रहे तो उसके अंदर एनर्जी कम से कम होना चाहिए. और अगर उसके अंदर एनर्जी कम चाहते हैं, if you require that energy should be minimum, it means is that the amount of work that the body has to do, that should be the minimum. और इसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? इसके लिए बॉडी को एक ऑप्शन चूज करना पड़ेगा, and that option is the body has to acquire the charge over the surface itself. बॉडी को एक डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा कि वो अपने चार्ज को कहां रखे. Whether that body should allow its charge to be placed inside or whether वो अपने चार्ज को सरफेस पे ही रखे. And body will decide कि वो अपने चार्ज को सरफेस पे ही रखेगा. अगर वो सरफेस पे रखेगा, it have to do only one work, that of the sharing. At least उससे तो कम हुआ. It means as comparison to inside, मतलब अंदर स्टोर करने के कंपैरिजन में सरफेस पे स्टोर करने से बेनिफिट ये है उसे वर्क डन कम करना पड़ेगा शेयरिंग करने में. और अगर वर्क डन कम करना पड़ा, it means stability. So it does not matter whether your body is solid or whether your body is hollow. The electric field inside is always zero. Remember that, and this is the most important point. Because I'm going to give the reason, because charges always acquire over the surface. Charge हमेशा surface पे acquire होता है. You should remember. And the second important thing that we have to do, we have to plot the graph of electric field versus separation for a spherical body. So this was the spherical body. Imagine that. यही हमारा वो body था that we were talking about. The body with the radius capital R. So I'm going to write or I'm writing all the things जो हम लोगों ने अभी तक discuss किया. What was the electric field inside the body? That was zero. So at the center the electric field is zero. एंड जब तक आप उसके अंदर हैं means till small r is less than capital R, electric field is 0. Second case, the electric field at the surface, this was 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by capital R square, or it was sigma by efficient naught. You can check out from the previous derivation that you have noted down. This was the condition when the small r is equal to capital R. So at this point, small r is equal to capital R, and at this point the electric field would be sigma by efficient. Done? And the third point is electric field outside. And outside electric field was 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by small r square, or you can say sigma by efficient naught capital R by small r whole square. Means with the small r, the electric field outside is inversely, and that would be also in a square. So that's why it would go in this, because the electric field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That is your outside. And this is your variation of electric field for a spherical body. And this is the most important graph. Means you can say, once जब भी आपसे वो derivation पूछा जाएगा that we have done previously in the third application, there is 90 to 95% chances of having this graph. They might ask you. So just after the derivation, it is the mandatory part that you will draw the variation of electric field versus separation for the spherical shell along with all the three formulas, and you should note it down this note, that the electric field inside the either spherical shell means hollow or either solid surface, it has always been zero. Done? So first of all note it down, and after just noting down, we are going to do the numerical related to that, and it is very easy, we can do that. But first of all note it down by pausing the video please. Done? Okay. Now we are going to do the numerical which is related to the third application. So check this out, numerical. So numerical is a spherical conductor of radius 12 centimeter. So we have a spherical conductor of radius. So what is the radius of conductor? Which was capital R is 12 centimeter. Done? It is 12 into 10 power minus 3. Has charge 1.6 into 10 ki power. So what is the charge has been given to it? Q is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb. Distributed uniformly over its surface. It has been clearly mentioned in the numerical. And if it is not mentioned, अगर mention नहीं होता that the charge is uniformly distributed over, it would be that by default mode जो हम लोगों ने लिखा है, that the charge is uniformly distributed over the surface. Now he is asking, calculate number 1, electric field at 18 centimeter from the center. So this is your capital R, which is 12. Now he is asking, calculate the electric field at 18 centimeter from the center. So from the center, where should be the 18 centimeter? Definitely, it should be outside. So we are going to study the first case, and by reading the question, we get to know that the first case is outside. And what is the electric field formula for the outside? The formula is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q by, which are small r square. And what is the small r from here? 18 centimeter. 18 centimeter. Let's suppose this is your P point. This is your small r. Done? And I think you can solve this by your own. So I am leaving the calculation part up to you. 1 by 4 pi efficient naught, you know that 9 into 10 to the power 9 charge has been given to us, but here it should be the small r because he is asking us to calculate outside. What is the second thing that he is asking? I am going little bit fast. I know that आप लोग इसे आराम से समझ सकते हैं. Second case is electric field on the surface. So second case is simply, and it has been directly mentioned, on the surface. And what is the electric field on the surface? it would be 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by radius. But which are capital R, because now he is asking us to calculate on the surface. So you can use that formula. And the third case, he is asking electric field at 10 centimeter from the center. Sorry. So 10 centimeter from the center, where it should be? You can give me the answer. It should be definitely inside. So the third case is inside. But what is the electric field inside the body? Zero. Because it has been clearly mentioned that the charge is distributed uniformly over the surface. Charge surface पे है, अंदर नहीं है. And that's why it would be answer 0. You have to give the answer because Q enclosed. Reason would be because Q enclosed is 0. The charge enclosed by the body is 0. That's why. So here we have the numerical, which is being the part of your NCERT exercise. और वो आप लोगों को करना है. Since we have done the two parts, so we are going to solve the complete NCERT exercise just after this lecture. Done? Okay. Now, before noting down this, I want to add one more logical question that is coming in my mind, and that question is: it has been seen twice or thrice in the CBSE. It is just only 1 mark, but it is a logical question. What is the question is that the teacher or examiner has given us a spherical body and he has given some electric field lines in this manner. So here we have a spherical body and he has given or he has drawn the 3 electric field lines named as A, B, C. He is asking us which one is correct electric field line and why. So out of these 3, which one is the correct representation of electric field line for our body? So here we have 3 electric field lines A, B and C. So first of all, I think A can't be that correct option because we have the electric field outside the body, but in the A, he is also drawing the electric field inside the body. So definitely, and we have written that and we have studied that inside the body the electric field is always 0. So A can't be that answer. B can be because inside it has not been drawn, and C can be. So out of B and C there would be answer. But what should be the correct? So if you recall the properties of electric field lines in that lecture, if you recall that and if you turn all your notes जहाँ पे आप लोगों ने बनाया है, there is one property of electric field line, either second or third, and that property is electric field lines should be normal to the surface. Should be normal to the surface होना चाहिए, और हम लोगों ने रीजन लिखा था क्यों. So अभी हमें दो चीजें तो पता चला. फर्स्ट चीज तो पता चला that inside electric field 0 होना चाहिए, और दूसरा सरफेस के साथ it should be normal, and that electric field is making 90 degree. So which should be your appropriate and correct answer? That should be C. So what would be the solution? C is correct. Your reason should be here because inside electric field is 0 and it is normal to the surface. So inside the surface electric field is 0 and it is always normal to the surface. That's why we have chosen the option number C. So here we have a numerical based on the third application and one logical numerical जिसके लिए मैं वेट कर रहा था. Once we discuss that important note that inside the body the electric field is 0. I'm waiting for that, and once we have done, so this should be the numerical or this should be the question जो आपको mention होना चाहिए. Now there are various doubts जो मुझे WhatsApp और comment के through मिल रहे हैं, and thus doubts में एक चीज common आ रहा है sir, where we have to do this assignment. So please students, whatever be the numericals in the assignment that I am mentioning, जो assignment है, you can do that in your assignment notebook. But the numerical that we are performing on the board, please, the numerical that we are performing on the board, either that numerical solved by me or that either that numerical I am asking you to solve. You have to do each and every numerical in your fair notebook. So please do not ask me again and again, sir, कहाँ पे करना है. If the assignment is separately, अगर कुछ मिल रहा है वीडियो के एंड में और the PDF file or anything, that you can do in the assignment. But अगर कोई चीज बोर्ड पे हुआ है, that you have to do in your fair notebook. So first of all, by pausing this, note it down. Now we will do some horse numerical. अब ये चीज हम लोग एक लेक्चर और कंटिन्यू करेंगे. So please note it down first of all. Numerical 1 and this question also should be. Please. Okay everyone. So now we are going to do some horse numerical. But as I told you, in the horse numerical, once you understand the concept, the numerical is going to be very much easy. So we have discussed everything about the electric force and electric field. So now the thing that I required from your side that you have to recall everything. I am just only going to give you the hints for the numerical and you have to solve these numerical. And as I mentioned, whatever be the numerical that you are going to do on the board means in the lecture itself, if I am discussing, you have to do in your fair notebook. So first of all, look at the first numerical. So here we have the first numerical. What is mentioned here? A thin metallic shell of radius capital R. So we have a metallic shell of radius capital R carries a cube on its surface. So we have a metallic spherical shell of radius, you can say capital R, having charge plus q on the surface. A point is at a distance of x from the center. So A point is at a distance of x from the center. What he is asking, find force on the charge at center. So there is one more charge which has been placed at the center and that charge is q by 2. So at the center we have a charge q by 2. At the surface we have a charge q and at A point we have a charge 2q. So we have three charges here at center, on surface and outside. He is asking force on charge at center and at A. So you have to calculate force at center. So once we have to calculate the force on that charge which is at the center. So to calculate the force at the center, what we require? The electric field at the center. And what is the electric field at the center? Means inside. It is 0. Means electric field due to that q charge would be 0. I know at the center we have the charge q by 2. But we have to calculate force on q by 2 because of the other charge. So q by 2 वो वाला charge है जिस पर force लगना है. You have to apply the force. So this is your q2. You have to apply the force because of q1. And q1 is that charge जिसका electric field में q2 होना चाहिए. So that's why please try to understand. We have to calculate the force on q2. So what is electric field inside? 0. So the force is equal to, what is the charge at the center? Q by 2 means q into E, electric field. But what is the electric field inside? 0. So force at the center would be 0. So you will write in a proper language. I am just only giving you the hint because of the lack of the time and the space. Please everyone. Now, second thing he is asking, also calculate the force at the point A. So we have to calculate the force at A. So force at A. You can also use this formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1. Who is acting or who is going to work as a Q1? Q1 का काम कौन करेगा? This whole body. This whole body would act as a Q1. And what is the charge enclosed by that whole body? It would be Q plus Q by 2. So this is your Q1. Means the charge जिसकी electric field यहाँ पे लगेगी. Into what is Q2? It is your 2Q divided by the square of the separation. You can solve in this manner. You can leave in this manner. Okay, so this would act as your Q1 and this would act as a Q2 because you have to calculate the force on it. But in the first case, this is your Q2, Q by 2. This is your second charge. But किसकी वजह से? Q का वजह से या फिर इसका वजह से? But in दोनों के रिस्पेक्ट में this charge is at the center, so that's why the electric field is 0. What is the B part he is asking, please? In the B part he is asking electric flux through the shell. You have to calculate the electric flux through the shell. So according to Gauss's law, electric flux is 1 by efficient naught times of total charge enclosed by the shell. Total charge enclosed by the shell. So this is your shell. ये आपका shell था. What is the charge enclosed by the shell? Please. कितना charge आपने समेटा? And that charge enclosed by the shell was Q by 2. Q by 2 is the charge जो shell के अंदर है, जो आपने समेटा हुआ है, because that charge is at the center. But Q, capital Q is not enclosed by the shell. That capital Q is over the shell. वो shell यानी surface के ऊपर है, on its surface. It is not enclosed by the shell. So that's why this capital Q would not or can't be considered inside the electric flux. So this would be only Q by 2. So hopefully I am clear. But if anyone has any doubt, please एक बार अपने logics और concept लगाइए. And otherwise you are free to ask me these doubts anytime. Please doubt पूछिए, because presently the lecture that I am giving you वो बहुत ज्यादा जा रहा है आप लोगों की तरफ, but from your side मेरे पास doubts बहुत कम आ रहे हैं. Only the selected students, those who are asking the doubts frequently, only those single students, उन्हीं का ही नाम है और उन्हीं के डाउट आते हैं. It means is that क्या सबको समझ में आ रहा है? तो इतना अच्छा पढ़ा रहा हूं, तो कुछ ज्यादा ही एक्सेप्शन हो गया that I am teaching that much good कि on that video lecture, just only video lecture आप लोगों को सारा काम कर रहे हैं. So that's why it has been important कि ये चीज आप लोग ध्यान में रखिए. Now turn down to the second one. So let's come to the second one. This is also being the part of the Watt's numerical जो आपके parts है. So check this out. We have two conducting spherical bodies of radius small r and capital R. So we have two bodies, small r and capital R, having charge plus small q and plus capital Q respectively. So the question is simple. He is asking us, using Gauss's law, find the electric field at a point x. So using Gauss's law, you have to find the electric field at a point which is at a distance of x. But where is that x? So the first condition is x should be greater than small r and less than capital R. So can you locate that point? Where should be that P point जो x distance पे है center पे? Greater than small r but less than capital R. So greater than small r but less than capital R. I think here. So we have to find out the electric field here, but by using the Gauss law. As I told you, once we were dealing the previously we were doing the derivation of the third application. What was that? I mentioned that there is a Horst numerical जो आपको derivation की तरह करनी है. So if you revise that derivation, in that derivation what we have done, we calculated the electric field at a distance of small r from when small r is at a greater than capital R, equal to capital R or less than capital R. We have done that. So we have to do the same procedure. So we have to find, again I am only going to give you the hint for that. So we have to do the P point. So this is the P point where we have to find out greater than capital R and less than, greater than small r but less than capital R. So you will mention that according to Gauss's law, net flux, we are dealing with the A part, is equal to your E into A into cos theta into 1 by efficient naught times of total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. This is your Gaussian surface. So what is the total charge enclosed by you? Only plus Q. And it would be E into, what is the area of the Gaussian surface? 4 pi x square Q by efficient naught. And what is the electric field for the first case? 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q by x square. So I asked you to मैं आपको hint दूंगा but मैंने पहला part कर दिया. So we have done the first part but you have to write the language. Please try to understand here. I have a lack of time on the video lectures and as well as here हमारे पास space भी कम है. So that's why please language को आप adjust करिए. Second part I will not give you anything. X is greater than capital R. X is greater than capital R. I think the point should be here. If the point should be here, this should be your what? Gaussian surface. And if this is your Gaussian surface, now just only try to understand what is the net charge enclosed. How much net charge is this Gaussian surface is enclosing? Apply the same tactics, you will have your answer. So here are the two numericals of the horse that I discussed, जो कि आप लोगों ने फेयर में करने हैं and completely you have to do by yourself. I am just only giving you the hint, and the rest of the similarly two numericals would be your assignment. But since in the previous 6 to 7 lectures I am just only giving you 2, 3 numericals only, now we have to work a little bit with, and now you are going to get a little bit more work from the physics side. और अब आपको work मिलेगा, and our work would be NCERT exercise. So we are going to solve the NCERT exercise, and at the end of this video means just after this you will get the two more numericals related to that, and then you will get your NCERT exercise. आपको आपकी NCERT का exercise मिलेगा, and you have to do all the numericals within the next 2 or 3 days. So I am just only providing you 3 days. So it's 17, 18, 19 and 20. So by the end of the 20th of April, we are going to discuss all the doubts of that. If anybody have any doubt, please you can ask up to the 20, because after that we are going to jump on the electric potential. So please, with the serious note, beta ji, please everyone on that side, it's been a humble request. If we are trying, so please try hard. थोड़ा और मेहनत कीजिए and ask more and more doubt. You are free to ask any type of doubt anytime. Please आप पूछ सकते हैं. So please first of all note it down both the numericals. Okay. So दोनों numericals with along the diagram draw or note it down, and after this you will get one or two numericals and your NCERT. Thank you very much. We will meet in the next lecture with some more horse numericals, some numerical that was the part of the IIT main and the advanced. So that we are going to do just after in the next lecture. We will do only the numerical in the next lecture, and then we will proceed to the electric potential. But before that, please complete your assignment. Note it down, please.
Hello everyone. After completing our first two small chapters of the electrostats, and that was your electric force and electric field, now we are at the end of the exercise, and here we have the exercise of this electric force and electric field combined together in your video now. So you have to complete your exercise accurately with your loyalty and completely, and if you have any doubt, and presently in the next video we are going to discuss all the numericals thoroughly. But before that you have to do by your own, try by yourself, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. You give me the number of the numericals, the like 1.1, 1.2, so you can write in the comment on the YouTube channel, or you can WhatsApp me on my number, so that in the future lecture when we meet we can discuss on those numericals. So here we have the numericals, so you can note it down all the numericals. The student, those who do not have the NCERT book, they can note it down from here. If you have that, so you can continue with that. So now let's continue with that exercise. So this exercise contains 28 numericals. So here we have the numericals. So these first numerical 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, so these are your from electric force, and you can easily do them combined if you go through your all lectures. So I am scrolling down slowly little bit. So 1.3, 1.4, These are the just logical question. 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. So you can do by your own. Okay. So here we have 1.10, 1.11. Okay. So these are the numerical that you will do by your own. Now 1.2, 12 numerical. This has been transferred to the next page, and here we have on the next page electrostatic repulsion force. So it is being from the electrostatic force 1.13, which is being directly related with the 1.12. 1.14 we have already done, because we have discussed about that, but you have to try one more time. 1.15 from the electric flux, 1.16 from the electric flux, 1.17. Okay, now 1.18. So presently I am not giving any hint to the 1.18. You have to try your by own, because this was the question which was the part 2 years before in the CBSE of 5 marks question. Okay, so you have to try by your own. Okay, 1.18. After 1.18 we have 1.19 simple electric flux, 1.20 electric flux, 1.21, 1.22. These 1.21, 1.22, these are from the application only. So you have to complete up to 1.24. Sorry, there are 24 questions, and then we have additional exercise. So we will proceed to the additional exercise later on, but you have to do first of all the exercise. So do it completely, forward me the doubt so that we can solve in the next lecture. Thank you very much.